How to get your first 1,000 subscribers in 2026. Just like I did on this exact channel, going from 0 to over 1,000 subscribers in under 30 days. Or like this, and this channel that all got 1,000 subscribers using the exact framework that I'm about to show you in the next 15 minutes. Because in 2026, there is a new way to make videos that the top YouTubers are using to make more viral content than ever before. It all comes down to using AI to rewrite viral videos in your voice, so that you can take what already works and get a ready to film viral piece of content in under 10 minutes. And this is the fastest and easiest way to get your first 1,000 subscribers in 2026. This video is sponsored by Poppy AI. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is go on YouTube and find a video that did very well. So one of the concepts that I really liked recently was this video, I Obsessed Over Becoming a Millionaire. This video has 305,000 views on a channel that only has 19,000 subscribers. So that is what we call an outlier video, a video that has a lot more views than it does subscribers. And if we look at her channel, almost every video that we see here has, 500, 5,000, 7,000, 2.4 thousand, 1.3 thousand, 700, but none come close to that 300,000 mark. So this was a video that didn't just work because she had a big channel already, but it's a video that worked because it was a good concept. So then what we can do is go ahead and copy the link to this video and then open up Poppy AI, which is an AI that simply lets you script videos in minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in. And then once you're on Poppy AI, what you wanna do is you wanna go over to templates. So on templates, you're gonna wanna scroll down and you're gonna wanna look for something called Amplify Views AI. This is my AI template and it is very, very good. So right here, Amplify Views YouTube AI. And what this will allow you to do is recreate viral videos that worked for someone else and then remake them for yourself. So let me show you how it works. So in this template, there are three main AIs that you need to look at. And the first one is the intro AI. So as you can see, this one essentially writes intros. And I know this, again, looks super complicated, but I'll go through and explain how it works. Then you have your outro AI. So this one writes outros and it basically tells this AI right here, here's how I like to write outros. Here's, information about myself. And then it writes the outros based off of that. And this is the one that actually scripts all of the content, right? This is the one that scripts the body of the video, which is majority of what you would say in the actual content itself. The reason why we have these split up into three is because AI typically does the best job when it's doing one thing. So if we train it in depth on how to write a great intro, it'll write us a great intro. But if we say, here's how to write an intro and a script and an outro, and then try to get it to do it all in one, it doesn't really work that well. And so that is why this is so different than everything else. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first things first, we want to generate the body of the script. And this is really where it gets interesting. All these groups, by the way, are just groups of information that's feeding back to the main AI that tells it, what to do, gives it information and gives it instructions, right? So inside of group 7, we're going to put our example video. So this is the video that we just copied over. This video right here, I Obsessed Over Becoming a Millionaire. And then what we're going to do is we are going to make sure that your information is inside of all of this stuff right here. So the first box is the offer and ICP information. Now, what is that? Well, an ICP is an ideal customer profile. And all that means is it is the information about who is your viewer, right? What do they care about? What are they fearful of? What do they want? What do they desire? What do they hate, right? All the things that they actually care about. So if we look at mine, my niche is scaling organic YouTube traffic for established businesses. My ideal avatar is they make 10,000 plus per month. They're 18 to 40 years old. They're coaches, consultants, and digital product sellers, growth-driven, ambitious, already leveraging some online platforms, but underutilizing YouTube. Their main goals are to increase lead generation, establish authority, and boost conversions through a stronger YouTube presence. Then we go into a little bit more about their goals, their complaints, their fears, all of that stuff. So I'm gonna actually leave a link to this doc, this ICP doc down below so that you can access it and you can actually fill this out and then plug it into the AI. So with that, what you wanna do is you wanna put that in this offer and ICP information. Now your offer, this one is optional. This is actually if you own a business. So if you own a business, then it basically talks about, what you offer. So for example, for our offer, when we work with people one-on-one, we, hop on a monthly one-on-one call with them. They get 24/7 text access to me. They get some courses. They get, a school group with other 7 to 8 figure entrepreneurs. They get a bunch of resources and templates, all this kind of stuff, right? So we're basically just telling the AI what we do, who we are, what we offer people, and who we talk to. That is this box right here. So I'll leave the templates to all of this in the description so you can get that for free. And then we have the group 2. So this right here is very, very important. This is who you are. So this is actually telling the AI how you speak, how you come across on camera, what kind of words you use, what is the diction that you use. So how long do you keep your sentences? What tonality do you use, right? All of this kind of stuff. And this is the only AI that I've ever seen that actually looks at that. So this isn't something like ChatGPT where it's going to give you some bland thing that probably doesn't even sound like you. This is going to sound exactly like you and exactly how you would actually speak, which is pretty amazing. With this, all you need to do is post some videos of yours in here that, show you speaking, right? And talking about your topic. That's super important. So go ahead and just take some of your best performing videos and drop them in here. Then what you want to do is you want to actually go over to your videos page. So if I go over to Amplify Views and then I go to videos, this is important, by the way. Don't click on home, click on videos, because then it can actually read all the videos that you've done. Then what we can do is copy that and then we can paste that in the AI. So I already have it here, but I'll just repaste it here. And when you're pasting, you always want to make sure that this little icon pops up. And the reason why is because when you have that, it shows that it's actually connected to the group and not just like randomly outside. So boom, you see this pop up. Now that is part of the group. So that's going to synthesize, that's going to read, and then the AI is going to learn, what all of our videos are and, what we talk about. So that is pretty much all you actually need to fill out. The things that you don't need to fill out is stuff like Group 6, where I have already included all the information in this template about how to actually, script a video. So we teach the AI about open loops, we teach it about copy payoffs, we teach it about assumptive questions, and then we even give it one of my good friend Brian's full script writing courses, right? And some of our more advanced trainings as well. Then we teach it how to do storytelling, we teach it really good examples of good storytelling, and then we give it a full template to follow. So you don't really need to touch that. That is just all my information. We've been playing with this for a long time. We've done multiple videos now that have gotten hundreds of thousands of views that are purely scripted using this AI. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tell it to script us a video. So let's go ahead and do it. All you need to write here is script me a video titled, and then you want to obviously do a title that's very similar to the example video that we put in here. I obsessed over becoming a YouTuber. Here's what I learned. And then what you're going to want to do is say, use the video in group 7 as an example video. Use my information in group 2 and the offer/ICP information. So now what that's going to do is it's going to take all of the, copy, all the things that are in this video, but it's going to use our information to create us a similar video that's very similar to this video, but using our own concepts. And now we'll just let it script and see what it does. So let's take a look. So now it's literally going to write us an entire script, which is pretty incredible. So it's going to write us this entire script using our scripting framework. So we have open loops, we have payoffs, the exact frameworks that I use in all of my YouTube videos. And it's literally writing it 100% for us, which is just absolutely amazing. So we've been using this on all of our clients' accounts to, speed up their production process so they don't actually have to lift a finger when it comes to scripting. And it allows them to get so much more content out and save so much time, because scripting on your own takes hours. It can take up to 4 or 5 hours for an entire script, and this will save you over the span of a year hundreds of hours. And the quality is actually good, unlike something like ChatGPT or just a base Claude model. This is just a million times better. So let's go ahead and go through it. So with this right here, let's go ahead and ignore the hook. I typically don't like to actually do the hook. This one actually is good because it came off of this example video, so it just modeled the example intro, but we're going to generate a second intro as well. What you'll do is you'll start on Act 1. The first strategy I picked was actually from watching channels like MrBeast, Ali Abdaal, and other big creators, and that is to just post consistently and hope the algorithm picks you up. This strategy is not like a revolutionary concept. I feel like everyone says just be consistent, just keep posting, but like, where do you actually start? Well, the first thing you need to know is your content schedule, which is basically how often you can realistically post. I track my time in Notion, and I actually found that I commit to posting once per week consistently. Okay, so we got our posting schedule. Now we need to make the content, which is a bit overwhelming because how on earth are you supposed to know what to make? Well, the truth is customers don't really care about what you want to make. They care about if it solves their problems. So you need to start thinking about their problems, not necessarily what you want to create. Boom. So that's a phenomenal script. Like, it sounds a million times better than something you get on any other AI. And this is pretty much like ready to record. Like, obviously you should, review it, make sure everything is good, make sure you have all the right information, but this is pretty much a ready to film script. So now what we want to do is we always want to generate a good outro alongside it. So now what we can do is just go on up here to the outro AI, make sure to switch out all the information. It's the same process as the last one, so I won't go over that again, but this one is trained on all of our outro frameworks, how to write a really good outro. We've done extensive testing on our outros, and we have found that a certain framework gets like around an 8% in-screen click-through rate compared to the industry average of like 1%. So if you follow this framework, you'll get much more people going on to the next video after the original video. When you say like, go watch this video next, you'll get a lot more people going over there. Let's go ahead and write this out. So we can say, write me an outro for the video. I obsessed over becoming a YouTuber. Here's what I learned. And then connect it, because remember, you always want to connect your outros to another video. Connect it to the video. And then we say how to get 1,000 subscribers fast, which is another one of our popular videos. So we'll connect it back to that one. Then we just press enter and let let it do its thing. So now it is going and making us a full outro. So this is following our exact framework, which is link, curiosity gap, CTA/promise, which basically just means link the two videos together, create some curiosity to increase the viewer's curiosity, and then tell them to go watch this video next, and then promise what they're going to get if they go watch this video. So now that you know the mindset shifts and lessons from my obsession with becoming a YouTuber, you really need to actually put these into action and start growing your channel. And that's where there's a simple but effective strategy that I've been using recently that's made a huge impact on getting channels to their first milestone. So check out this video where I show you how to get 1,000 subscribers fast and how you can use it to finally escape small channel jail and build the YouTube channel you've always wanted, right? So we're going to send them over to that next video. So what we'll do is we'll actually go and we will create a Google Doc to put all of this together. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy this outro right here. We're going to drop that outro on there, cut all of the AI fluff. And then what we're going to do is also copy this script body. Let's go ahead and copy this over, copy that, and then take this over here, drop that right above. So now what we want to do is we want to cut all the AI and the outro. So we don't need the outro, boom. Then what we want to do is we also want to cut the intro. So now we're going to write an intro for that video. So come up to the intro section and you'll see right here, it's the same thing. You just switch out your information here and then you should be good to go. So we're going to say, write me an intro. Boom, and now click enter. So now it's gonna write us an entire intro. I obsessed over becoming a YouTuber for the last 6 months, and what I discovered will completely change how you think about growing on this platform. Because in that time, I went from 0 subscribers to over X subscribers, and I've cracked the code that 99% of small YouTubers are completely ignoring. See, most people think YouTube success comes down to luck or having the best camera gear. There's actually one simple strategy that separates channels that blow up from channels that stay stuck at 0 forever. Right, so this is writing a very, very high quality intro for us that we can use to get hundreds of thousands of views on our content. So now we'll go ahead and paste that in here. Just make sure you delete all the AI stuff, cut that, and then cut this. And then boom, you have an entire video scripted from scratch. However, this is pretty much ready to go. And so what you want to do to get your first 1,000 subscribers in 2026 is just repeat this process. We've had people who do this, they blow up on the first video, they get 2,000, 3,000 subscribers in the span of a single video. Like for example, Heather, who got over 100,000 views on her first ever video, and that video was generated with Poppy. Same thing for our client Daryl, who got over 140,000 views on his first ever video, and it was written 100% with Poppy. Now this video is sponsored by Poppy, but I've genuinely been using them every day for the last 1.5 years. And I've genuinely used them and recommended them for a long time. So all you have to do to get access to Poppy AI is just click the first link in the description and you can actually get $25 off of your purchase by using that link and using the code AMPLIFY. So you save a little bit of money too, which is always nice. Now from here, you're gonna go ahead and sign up, get access to my template, then also get access to that ICP document down below that's completely free. I'd recommend doing it whether you're using Poppy or ChatGPT or whatever. It'll make your content a lot better. And then fill everything out and start generating your first video. So go ahead and get access to Poppy down below. And if you want an entire course that shows you end to end how to use Poppy from scratch, then go ahead and watch this video next where I'll show you exactly how to leverage it, how to get the best possible result out of it, and also how to generate AI thumbnails as well. So with that said, thank you guys and have a great day.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm, and now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.